Hello there, it's Jonathan Bowman-Perks, and I thought I'd have a session indoors since it's sunny but windy. I wanted to share three themes with you today about how are you allocating your time in your life. And it's no coincidence that down there in the garden you can see the 4 posts in the last video that I did about when we're 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to when we're 100, and how we allocate our time and how quickly our time passes us by. So 3 themes for today's video. The first one is an excellent book called Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom, and I'm going to talk about how we have regrets only when we die. The second one is an excellent book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. And the third one is an app that I recommend to you, if I haven't recommended it before, called Todoist, from another book called Getting Things Done by Dave Allen. So how are you doing in regards to all those? So hopefully I can pass on a few tips and some ideas so that you can think about how you're allocating your time in your life. So firstly, the book Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. His point was really in this story about Morrie, who shares his life experience to this younger man. He says it's really only when we come close to dying or when we are dying that we begin to reflect on our regrets and what we should have done and what we haven't done and how we've allocated that time in our life, what we focused on. And sadly, too many people are living meaningless lives with no meaning and no purpose. And as any of you will know if you've read my book, Inspiring Leadership, a big cathartic moment for me was when I really found what gave my life meaning and purpose, and it was all linked to my father and his role modeling as a leader and how he died leading his men. So having meaning and purpose in your life is really incredibly important, and humans really want to feel that they matter and ultimately are looking for unconditional love. So don't waste your time. Spend some time thinking about what gives your life meaning and purpose, what we call PQ in our Inspiring Leadership Psychometric. The next book I mentioned was Deep Work by Cal Newport, and his synopsis really is that you can achieve incredible things when you spend concentrated blocks of time on just one task. That in the modern era where we have so many distractions, our time spans are incredibly short, we're easily distracted. Particularly with Facebook and Twitter and emails popping in all the time, and that we're constantly checking and rechecking our emails. That he was saying it's really sort of rules about being focused, and some of the most successful people and how they, whether it be Jung and how he spent time in the woods, or whether it be his own experience of how he allocates time unblocked. No one else there, perhaps you go away somewhere, you have a quiet room, a bit like I've done here. I've got myself a quiet space to speak to you. And that this idea of at least 40 minutes, chunks of 40 minutes, that's how long the brain, from the neuroscientific work that's been done, your brain begins to lose concentration after 40 minutes. So a quick 5-minute break, you might do something physical, quick couple of press-ups or a sit-up or something, and then back at some deep work, and that you can achieve so much more in that rather than scattering across the surface, doing a few things or the quick jobs that you can do, but actually that's not really producing much in your life. So think about that. Which leads us on nicely to the third area I was going to talk about, was time allocation. Often a lot of people talk about, oh, you need to do a time management course. Actually, no, it's not about time management, it's about time allocation. And I was very lucky to work with a number of the leaders in BAE Systems, and their previous CEO was a man by the name of Ian King, and one of his bits of advice he gave to the person I was coaching when we had our 3-way session about what he wanted from that leader that would make him successful. The leader said, I want to do better on my time management, how I manage my time. And Ian King said, no, it's not about time management, it's about time allocation. We all have the same amounts. How are you going to allocate it? Time isn't easily managed, but you need to think about how you allocate it. And this leads me on to the book I mentioned by Dave Allen, Getting Things Done, And linked to that, an app which I've started using about 3 weeks ago, transformed the way I live my life, the way I get things done, I suppose. And that's Todoist. It's a little app, Todoist. And I've recommended it to a number of the CEOs and the leaders that I work with. And they're also finding it incredibly useful because your brain gets swamped with so much information. And brain's very good, they say, at solving problems. It is awful at remembering lists of things, and it doesn't allocate between those things it's trying to remember what's a priority. Everything's given the same priority, so it clogs up your brain. Your random access memory is crammed. So start using it. Drop me an email, let me know how you're getting on, and if you found this useful, please like it, give it a tick, enjoy it, and also think about how are you doing, how are you allocating your time. I hope that's helpful, and it's been lovely talking to you.